Well, here we go, starting out a new video, and the goal is up. 2,260 odd feet. But as you guys know, once I hit that trail and start to look around, oh wow, look at this wall. Something may catch my interest and take us into the unknown. Stay tuned. See, this is how it starts. While the intro credits are running, and I didn't even hit the trailhead, and I ran into the wife of Faceless George. Obviously, you can only see half of him. I can't show you her at all. She was out hiking with her friends, and that was pleasant. So here we go. The goal is to get to the top. But I am completely open to and hoping that as I follow this trail, which has actually been here since I think 1923, I'm hoping I will see something that will catch my attention and take us off exploring. If not, we have the view at 2,200 feet to look forward to, so let's get moving. I'm not very far in, but this just struck my eye. I don't know if you guys can see this imprint here. It's, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 inches deep and cart wide. Quite a few years ago, Keebs and I followed something like that right up a mountain to a cellar hole. And actually, there's a wall behind me, but surprising, there's a wall. Bet you it goes right up the thing. Wow, look at that trench. It could just be runoff from the mountain, but as we've seen many times before, that may have only been slightly worn down, and then just, you know, a couple hundred years of rainwater has turned it into a Death Star trench. Either way, it's interesting. I haven't even been out 10 minutes and already I'm finding things that are distracting me, but in a good way. All right, well, here we go. First predicament and choice of options. Trail comes up to this point, cross wall. Trail goes that way, marked trail that is. Wall continues that way, and either the old trail or again our beaten path. Yeah, several hundred feet in, I'm already gonna go off the established trail. I just got to know what that trench is all about and where it goes, and it follows the wall, so I'm hoping, guessing, I should be able to, wherever this ends up, find my way back over to the cut trail. There's not much adventure in following the established trail all the time, and we'll never discuss anything. This actually isn't bad out here, you know, ground wise. Well, here we go, cross wall number 2, and that trench just comes right up to this wall. The ground definitely changes on the other side, but that wall that we've been following, which we'll call that the carrier wall, keeps going. I can't imagine that we'd find a home site up here, but obviously somebody was using this for pasture. But there is that always once in a great while that we do find these sites way the hell out here and nowhere. Well, I'm gonna keep following that wall. It's much too interesting not to. So essentially what I believe I'm following is just the old trail. They probably re-diverted over the years because of wear and tear. But there's no doubt it's an old cart path as well, because I keep coming across sections off this really rutted stuff off in the woods that's cart path, no doubt, and it's still following that wall. So my guess is this will take us to the peak as well. Well, I guess it's a quarter mile later. The trail I've been following crosses over this wall, and I lost the cart path a while ago. Somewhere out in all that, it's just too thick. Let's cross the wall and see where this goes now. So as I walk and think, just on the personal desire of being out here, this is the original trail that was cut in 1923. This is a 21-mile trail that goes over a series of mountains. So realistically, I want to hike the original trail. It's been diverted so many times in so many spots that, well, it's not what it was. So I'm glad I'm doing this anyways. Well, after all that distance, this is the first bit of real incline I've started to see, which makes me think I just totally got wrapped around the base of this thing. The problem is, back there was a massive group of trees down over the trail, and I circled around. I couldn't find where it took off from there, so I'm on my own from here on out. But I guess if we just keep going up, we'll get up there. Eek. Well, coming up from there, it is getting so thick and I'm having a hard time even bushwhacking my way through. That's where the peak is, and it's pretty rough. So I found a little game trail. That's one thing I always look for if I can't find anything else. Brought me out to this fern bed. I'm starting to see the horizon. The established trail has to be up there somewhere, leading to the top. Bushwhacking's fun. This is how you really see the countryside. Well, there's the first bit of frozen runoff I've come across in the woods this year. Eek. Look at that. Can't see it, I'll get up closer. There's a wall running straight up. This wall is literally going to the top. Looks like trail to me. Oh yeah. Well, we have safely got back on an established trail. Oh wow. Look at this wall. So somebody at some point in time had livestock up here. That's about all this land is good for. Well, as I stand here before the big up, I look at this wall. Amazing. That is one of the steepest inclines I've seen for stone wall out here. And the other thing, the established trail I'm on, the blazes are a different color than where I started. So somehow in my bushwhacking I've come around to a different side. And to find the safe way. Jesus, look at that up there. The other thing I ponder about these walls is down below, pasture. That makes sense. It's fairly accessible. If you had all your livestock running around up here and had to keep track of it, that just doesn't seem feasible. And the other thing is, if you were doing this as a property boundary, really, would you bother all the way up here? I don't think so. I own the mountain. I don't need to build a wall. On the top of a mountain, the wall comes up, corners, goes down about 60 feet, and then goes off that way. It's the first nook I've seen on a mountainside. I know so many of you watch from a distance and always can appreciate the New England walls, or you've driven through New England and you've seen them. But I'm telling you, nothing gives you a perspective than when you climb an over 2,000 foot mountain through a despicable landscape, and the wall does not give up. It's unreal. Well, I've made it to the top. It's gorgeous, and as I sit at the summit, there are signs with trails going off in multiple directions. Me being me, I didn't even look to see what the name of the trail was that I started out on. Because as you know, we went up not very far and then bushwhacked it the rest of the way. I know it's not that one, because I know where that goes. Guess we'll take in the view for a bit, dry off. I'm actually sweating pretty bad, and it's 54 degrees, so pretty good for hiking weather. Well, it's time to head back into the tree line. I'm just gonna follow the yellow blaze trail. I can't remember if it was yellow when I came up. I'm not used to paying attention to this stuff. As you know, with us, we go on instinct, but it's got to be the one. It's what I popped out onto bushwhacking up here, so I'm not concerned. All right, let's hit it. So many times you have to stop and turn around to look, because obviously a trail looks entirely different going back the other way. Wow. Beautiful and quiet. Well, I'm back at the point where I bushwhacked out of the woods onto the cut trail, and now we continue on into unknown to me territory, and hopefully it connects up where we jumped off the trail. And also, out of curiosity, it'll be interesting to see where they rerouted the trail and how much is cut off. I mean, that old trail obviously went that way because of the old cart path going into the pasture, so why did they cut the new trail this way? Well, we'll find out. I just had a bizarre experience. I just caught a whiff of baseball card bubble gum. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? That pink Play-Doh-y stuff that was all like smothered in baby powder. Wow, dead on. It's like somebody downwind opened up a vintage pack from the 80s of Topps baseball cards and chomping away. Oh, just thought I'd share that with you because that was odd. I just had a hitchhiker moment, and I don't mean our buddy Tim. I just had the same guy pass me again on the same trail. It's not a loop, so either I chose poorly or he's lost, or I'm lost. Well, here's a wall. But some of you will get that hitchhiker reference. Well, I still haven't come to the point where I left the trail in the beginning. Yeah, I can safely say I have no idea where the hell I am. And you know, there's long gaps in between filming and hiking, and I was thinking to myself, walking a cut trail is like being a passenger in a car. You stop paying attention to where you are. You're not even keeping track. You're daydreaming, looking around, as opposed to when you're bushwhacking, you're driving, you're paying attention, you know where you're going, you know where you've been. Right now, I have no idea. Sun's right about there, so initially we were starting out, we were heading to the south, which kind of means I should be going that way, but it just looks different than where we were bushwhacking through. Hop, skipping a Joe. Yep, here we are. That's where we went up. Talk about a reach around. That had to be 3 times the distance, the new cut trail compared to the old one. That's why Davis and Robbins cut that trail. Much better route and to the point. All right, well, I've got only a few minutes to get back to the vehicle. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I don't make them for views, I make them because I enjoy making them. So until the next one, enjoy your Not Thursday.